Hey guys, Scott here. So yesterday I played a bunch of PTB because I wanted to test out Spirit to see if she felt any worse. To me, she felt literally the exact same. I didn't feel like it was any harder to catch survivors. I could definitely tell they knew where I was a bit more, but it typically didn't matter because I moved at mock speeds anyway. So if I went left at a loop and then they heard me go left and they rotated right, well, then I would just double back faster than they could get back to the pallet. So it ended up not really mattering, and I actually really like Spirit now. I think she's fair because you can react to her doing stuff, but she's still heavily in her control because she's still moving at, almost twice your movement speed. So I actually really like how Spirit is right now. But by far the most fun I've been having is with this build that is like the most unga bunga, just brainless shit. So basically, this whole playstyle, especially with this new add-on that allows it, it makes you not mind game anything. So if you'll notice right here, I just got stunned, and now I'm immediately phasing again, and I had Enduring, so it was very quick. And here I swing, and then I get stunned, and now I'm immediately phasing here again. It's just like, so this add-on, the Uchiwa, I believe it's called, it fully recharges your power whenever you get stunned. Now there's another add-on that also makes it so you fully recharge your power whenever you break a pallet. That one's iridescent though, so I'm not going to make a build based on an iridescent add-on because that's a little silly. I can still get enough, but I don't think that's a fair thing to do. But this version of Spirit is the most brute force, non-mind gamey build you can possibly do. So while most spirits, when someone gets to a pallet, might, go around the pallet or try to get around it and try to, trick survivors like that, this Spirit, you just go through the pallet. All you do is follow survivors in a straight line and run through the pallet. And here are the options the survivors have. The first option is they use the new directional audio to kind of gauge where you are, and they actually hit a stun on you. Well, if they hit a stun on you, you have Enduring and Uchiwa, so your power immediately comes back, and it does literally nothing. You can chase them again in 1 second. So stunning is actually one of the worst things that they can do because you also get your power back. Now, let's say they keep running instead. They don't want to drop the pallet. They want to try to get around it. Well, you just move way faster than them, so you're just going to hit them before they get to anything, and that's also a failure for them as well. There's also the worst case scenario is still good for you. The worst case scenario for Spirit is that they just run to every pallet and immediately drop every pallet early as quickly as they can get to it. But I think what I'm going to actually do with this build is include Brutal Strength instead of Spirit Fury, because I think the Spirit Fury is sort of redundant. Like, if you get stunned with Enduring and your power's fully back, you're going to get a hit regardless. You don't need Spirit Fury on top of that. And if people start early dropping, then it counters it. So I'm thinking the build is going to be Enduring, Brutal Strength, and then whatever slowdowns you want to use. So you can still use your 2 slowdowns if you want. And so if they drop the pallet early now with Brutal Strength, you're going to break the pallet in 2 seconds, and they're going to gain 8 meters of distance. And because I play Spirit in just short bursts, I don't use her power for like more than half of it unless I'm really trying to traverse the map. They're not really going to get that far. And then as soon as, my power's back, we're going to do the same thing at the next pallet. If they stun me with it, even worse. Now I get my power back immediately and I can definitely hit them. But regardless, they're going to run out of pallets in like a minute. And then their entire team is fucked. You're not playing on a tournament team where your teammates are going to do the gens in 2 minutes. You're going to get out. You have a rank 20 meg like sprint bursting in a corner. There's a Dwight in a locker. These are your solo queue teammates. This is what you're actually dealing with. So if you just, drop every pallet the second you get to it, it's not going to go well for your team. And frankly, if it does, well, that's not really a problem with Spirit anymore. That's just a problem with Dead by Daylight. Like, if you're on the map of the game, you can do that and still win. But that's a problem with the game. That's not like a problem with Spirit. It's not a problem with this build. That's not really a counter to it not affecting, or this build not, affecting anything well. That's just a broken part of the game. So that shouldn't really be a deterrent to trying this. But really, not Spirit Fury, Enduring, Brutal Strength, Uchiwa is the add-on, and then like White Hair Ribbon makes it even better. That makes your power activation 20% faster. So pretty much whatever the survivors do, they come out on bottom here. And the best part is you don't have to deal with any nerfed potential mind games that they actually have, because you're just following in a straight line and using your superior speed to just simply barrel through any obstacles the survivors have. Now, the only thing that will still counter this are God Windows, but God Windows counter everything in Dead by Daylight, so except Nurse, obviously. So, I mean, that doesn't really mean anything, but those will obviously stop that. But for everything else, yeah, so the play style is you just, when you're chasing a survivor, you use short bursts of your power, you just beeline through the pallet. They stun you, great. If they don't stun you, great. If they keep running, great. It's a very mindless build, and I kind of enjoy being able to turn my brain off doing it. But I really recommend you guys give it a try. It's actually surprisingly fun, just like not doing the spirit, archetypical do the all the mind games and stuff. You just unga boonga straight to the palette. I had a lot of fun doing it. It's really dumb. I don't even know how amazingly effective it is, but you can pretty much shut your brain off and get pretty easy results with it. So yeah, enduring, brutal strength, whatever other 2 perks you want. You can probably even get more creative with those other 2 perks if you want to emphasize this type of build. But the main add-on is the Uchiwa, which lets you recharge your power when you're stunned, and then like white hair ribbon for charging your power faster once you're immediately stunned. So you can get back on them in a second. It's so fast. Additionally, if you really want to go overkill, you can use the iridescent add-on, the new one that allows you to charge your power whenever you break a pallet. So even if they drop pallets early now that's also not even a counter. So there's just nothing they can do. So try it out. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this on the PTB. It made the whole experience very relaxing for me. So yeah, try it out. It's a lot of fun. But that's it. See you guys.